Yo, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Please be sure, man, if this content is speaking to you, bro, if you are out here trying to find something, trying to find someone, right? Find God first, and then everything else will follow. Find these things, talk to yourself in a positive way. Wake up every day knowing that you have a purpose and a mission, whether you know it or not. There's going to be a time and a place where God says, this is for you. This is yours. This is your name on it. And you're just waiting for that moment. You're waiting for that time. So let's grow in this relationship, be consistent, and stay patient with Christ as we move along together, man. So please make sure you are commenting, and subscribing. Support the channel, bruh. Let's go ahead and get into the next episode. Yo, what is good, everybody, man? Welcome back to another Kids Room Podcast episode, bruh. Hopefully y'all are feeling loved and blessed as always, man. Today is a great day. Every day is a great day, right? It's Monday. It's December 8th. We are counting down the days until 2026. So do not waste your time worrying about what happened in January all the way until November. Don't worry about what didn't you say right? What didn't you do right? What didn't you come up with? Nothing, man. Whatever time that you wasted, that happened. Now we got to think about the time that we have now and moving forward. So that's what we need to do, man. So make sure you keep that in your mind, man, especially as we talk through this video today. We're going to be going over Proverbs 10 because it's been a little bit since I went back into the book of Proverbs. But we're going to be in Proverbs 10 today because it talks to us a lot about communication and how we should communicate. It creates our words make creations, right? What we say and what we do, our mouth is a trigger. Our tongue is a weapon, right? So we have to be careful on what we speak because we can bring problems into our life or we can bring life or abundance into our life, right? And every day you have to choose what you're going to do. So just to go into it, we're going to be in Proverbs chapter 10, 11, verses 11 through 14. And those go on to say that the mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence, right? So you can either build, encourage, guide yourself, and be calm whenever it's talking about the mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, a fountain. If you ever seen a fountain, it has water, right? It's full of water, and people put money in it, right? They go around it, they take pictures around it and all these things because it's just an abundance of life around it, right? Because clearly there's tears to it if you find a big fountain and there's water just flowing consistently flowing. It's very important to understand that. But the wicked, they hurt, they deceive each other, they tear them down, right? So your mouth can either refresh people or it can drain them. So what are you going to use your tongue for? You're going to encourage others, or you're going to allow yourself to be drained by your own words and what you tell yourself each and every day. So be mindful that your words truly have power. Going on to verse 12, it goes on to say that hatred stirs up conflict, but love covers all wrongs. Everyone has to know that we all have feelings and everything, but we have to know how to control them. I say that so much because it's so easy to be out of control when it comes to your emotions and how you feel. Yes, maybe you got your feelings hurt. Yes, maybe in that conflict, in that argument, that person says something to you. But understand, when you love somebody, though, you should not say certain things. You should not be doing certain things because love is covering. It doesn't expose, right? When you start to go into hatred, though, you are feeding the conflict. You're letting old issues continue to stay alive. Like, let it die. Let that hatred, let that conflict die, right? Because hatred keeps drama alive, but love ends it. So you have to choose. Are you going to love, or are you going to be a drama queen? Are you going to be a drama king? Because we tear people down. We're toxic. We're manipulative. We're two-faced, whatever you want to say. But love destroys everything that it is the opposite of. So if it's negative, it's destroying it. If it's drama, it's destroying it. If it's conflict, it's destroying it. If it's the past issues, it's destroying it. So hatred does stir up conflict, but love covers all wrongs. Now, in verse 13, I like this one a lot. Wisdom is found on the lips of the discerning, but a rod is for the back of one who has no sense. Right? So Wisdom is found on the lips of the discerning. Not everyone needs to talk. Not every opinion needs to be spoken about. Because wise people think before they speak. They don't just talk, but foolish people react. People that just want to, they just react. They go off their emotions. They just going to react. They say what they want to say, whatever's on their chest. So even when you're a child, it says that whenever you discipline a child, you bring a rod to them when they're being foolish, like you have to know the difference between what to say and what not to say. If you're not going to say anything nice, what does your mom or your dad or whoever raised you used to say? Don't say it at all then, right? Because maturity shows when you speak. So if you think before you speak, then most people might be like, if they just reacted and they acted a negative way, then you're reacting with love, peace, and prosperity. They are going to have to come down to you. But if you continue to rise up with them, raise your voice and get angry and say these things, hurtful things, then y'all are not solving anything. Y'all are just butting heads consistently. But if you are an open hand and someone has a closed fist, at least you can catch the fist. So be wise in what you say. Think before you speak, because that rod can be many consequences that you're not willing to pay for. And finally, verse 14, the wise store up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool invites ruin. Now, I want you to realize what I just said. The wise store up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool invites ruin. So what did we talk about in the last Proverbs? That there's two different types of invitations when it comes to wisdom. So wisdom invites or there was two ladies in Proverbs 9 that talks about invitations of wisdom and folly, right? And they both look very similar, but they go about it differently. So yes, right? Wise people learn first and speak second. Fools talk so much they expose their lack of knowledge. The loudest person in the room is the least powerful. The most quiet person is the most powerful. That's what they say, right? Not all the time, but people that are quiet, they're learning, they're observing, they're being knowledgeable. They're seeing what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're carrying yourself. So be mindful when people are being quiet around you, they are listening more than they are speaking. So today, though, right? Without even before I even close this message, I want people to know that I'm reading these Proverbs so that y'all see that you should be in the word, that you should be learning these things. If you want to be successful, God is showing you and telling you how to be successful with you as a person first, so then you can be content with a person. So as yourself, and then whenever you move on and you're getting these things and God is blessing you, you're not allowing those things to deteriorate everything that you built yourself up to be. Because your mouth is very powerful. Your tongue is powerful. It's a weapon, right? Your words show who you really are. Wisdom speaks slowly, but love and love ends conflict. Knowledge is quiet, but a fool that is unwise, unknowledgeable, talk and cussing, being perverse, doing all these things that is showing that they are immature, they lack knowledge, and they lack wisdom. And those consequences are going to be exponentially worse than if you just be quiet, think first, and then speak with love and wisdom and knowledge, then out of fear, out of negativity, and out of conflict. So ask God today, though, to make your tongue, to make your mouth a fountain of life. Speak encouragement, speak peace, speak patience, and definitely speak wisdom. Because at the end of the day, God never spoke to you in a wrong way. Christ never spoke to his people in a wrong way. Even whenever they stabbed him, beat him, spit on him, cussed at him, did all these things, killed him. And he had every right to do something to these people, to do something to us. And he chose not to. So what you say does shape your life. So choose wisdom and not conflict. Know that 2026 is going to be something that you speak into existence. So whatever you are speaking, speak from now into today's point, into today's day, and make sure that it's following you until your day's end, man. So I appreciate y'all, man. I love and hope that everybody, man, that you are feeling loved and blessed, and that you realize that this word definitely, it spoke to me. And Proverbs 10 is much longer than 4 verses. So I hope that you after this video or whenever, that you actually look deeper into it, and then actually deeper into the relationship that you have with Christ, man. But please make sure that you are commenting, and subscribing, bro. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me on this one, and I hope y'all catch me on the next one.